Hello YouTube, hello MGTOW, it's me, MGTOW in the win. Now, the reason I've basically taken some time to not, I haven't uploaded in a while, a bit, is because I didn't feel like it. I upload when I feel like it. I wanted to upload a freaking video game that I've been playing on my phone. Be it that I am phone based. And the fact is, like, I've been doing a lot of live streams. Now, I know a lot of people have done a lot of reviews on this and responses. Now, let me break this to you. Well, we're gonna start out with the female dating coaches. They got some things to say about MGTOW. I'm not going to say any names because there are way too many of them. Way too many of them for me to count or try to freaking do a response video. I'm not even going to waste my energy. I'm not even going to waste my energy. I'm going to tell you exactly what time of day it is. Everything that you have said, we have heard it time and time again. Well, I mean, I don't know what is so difficult to understand, but apparently it's hard to get that we're not a freaking movement. In order for us to be a movement, we would have to actually get up off of our behinds or out of our armchairs or off the treadmill to get in our vehicle, wasting our gas and our freaking, or in the buses, wasting our bus fare money, or heck, getting a ride and having to waste somebody else's, Lord forbid, have to waste somebody else's fuel, to go down somewhere and march and stand in the picket line, marching for something that is never going to happen. Let me repeat that. Marching and protesting something that is never going to happen. So, there's a word, a tactic in Confucius. It's basically a non-fighting war. Confucius there was a tactic that when you lead somebody on in a battlefield to tire them out, to burn their resources. It was used in different forms through different time periods. The Roman Empire, the British used trees and the foliage to their advantage. The Viet Cong, Chinese, they used attrition. It's called a battle of attrition. Battle of resources. Where you wear an army thin. Is to where you wear an army thin. To where it cannot effectively sustain itself. That's how the Roman Empire collapsed. It wore itself thin, causing this beautiful power vacuum. Now, that's what's going on. We are walking away. Now, is MGTOW permanent? No. By all means, it is not permanent. Somebody said this. It is not permanent. Why? Why is it not permanent? Because there are a couple people that, if I had more, there are a couple people that I actually thought about it. But this person doesn't really, like I said, I'm screening this person heavily. Now, to you female dating coaches, we don't care if it's hurting your bottom line, you're hurting your bottom dollar. I don't care. We don't care. We're not. You can say we are hurt. Okay. I was hurt. Shit, I burned myself. I burned myself on a hot engine a couple years back. Oh, that's not the type of hurt you're talking about? Oh, I'm sorry. The only person meaner than me is my sister. So, and we pick at each other for fun. So, there's no hurt there. I'm sorry. The only person meaner than me is my sister. So, yeah. That may soon change. Now, who hurt me? Well, I did hurt myself with a knife. Playing with a knife. Playing with fire. I burnt myself on a hot engine. Well, I smashed my hand on a hammer. That hurt pretty bad. Now, if you want to say anything about hurt, my advice to you, actually, I'll give my advice at the end. Now let's go to male pickup artists. Because they say the same damn things, but they say it in a more, they have at least have some more variant to say. Let me break this to you. I'm a debunk. Look, every MGTOW is different. I'm a debunk all of the stuff that you're going to say, or I'm going to add, or basically you're going, or make light of it. Okay, you live in your mother and father's basement. They're both dead and the house is torn down. You're fat and short. Okay. What's that got? Well, it does have to do with. What's that got to do with the fact that I'm not dating? That's not a valuable excuse, because people there are some women that date fat, short men. So you come up with another one. You have a small appendage. Give me a number and I'll go one or two more sizes smaller. Just pick a number. Just give me a number. I'll go a size smaller. I'll add a few more zeros behind that decimal. You're just mad because you can't get laid. Newsflash, if I'm telling incels to keep their virginity, and I'm saying that I regret losing my virginity, what does that tell you? You're just mad because you were rejected. Wow. Rejected. Let's see. With enough money, and with enough money, anybody can get laid. Shoot again. shoot again. It's basically pretty much they're being honest. At least the ones you pay are being honest. Try again. Up. Who hurt you? Which brings me back to the same answer. I burned myself on the grill one day, and I touched the hot exhaust one day. I cut myself playing with knives. I've been in a few knife fights. Well, not really knife. Well, yeah, we can say we did. Some of those were knife fights, but got a pretty nice scar to prove it. You need to open your heart. Hey, look, I'll do that when you do that. Why don't you practice what you preach? You need to. Not all women are like that. You're correct, but they have the potential. They all have the potential to be that way. They all have that potential. So come on, keep going. You'll find somebody that'll change your mindset. Who says I'm looking? Who says I'm actively looking? You need to just look. It'll happen when it happens. Just stop looking. You need to, or better yet, my favorite, the contradictory. You need to put yourself out there. So, which one do you want me to do? You want me to put myself out there, or do you want me to stop looking? So, in order to stop looking, I'd have to take myself and put myself in a cage, right? Or some sort of immerse myself in my job, right? But at the same time, you want me to get out there and go to these bars where these terms called bar sluts. Yeah, okay. So, you need to go to the church and pick up. That's my favorite one. That is my favorite one. That is my favorite one. You know why? I'm going to say this. You need to go to the church mosque. Well, more so the church. You need to go to the church and find you a good woman. A good church-going woman. That is my favorite one. Let me break. That is my favorite one. Right above, you need to find you a country girl from below the Mason-Dixon line. I'll tell you why. Church women are the biggest freaks. They have slept with the pastor. They have slept with the choir boys. And half the congregation, the deacons, the pastor, the freaking preacher, the deacons, the ushers, the choir, the drummer, the saxophonist, the guitarist, the pianist, the organist. Come on. I walked into a church one day and somebody was getting a blowjob. You're funny. A person that I knew in elementary school was giving somebody a blowjob. You are funny. You are hysterical. Go on. Give me another one. Give me another one. You need to find yourself a good old city. You need to go to a small town country girl. So the only reason that this country girl is the way she is because she has spent the majority of her life on the farm. On the farm. Now, on top of that, who's to say she didn't go to college and ride on the roosters, on her favorite animals, the roosters, and the occasional fish? Oh, I'm sorry. The rooster, fish, and or cat. So tell me, and get indoctrinated to be a domestic terrorist. And they come back home because they know everybody's going to shame her and ditch those ideals or ideologies of domestic terrorism. Now, I've been to a few towns as a truck driver, and I've seen some places that weren't directly touched by domestic terrorists, but they were still touched. So you're gonna go ahead and tell me that I need to find me a good country girl, good farm town girl, good out of the way type girl, right? So when she goes she goes to college, gets her little degree. Gets her a little degree, and goes about gallivanting on how the patriarchy. Look, let me break this to you. Whether it be a matriarchy or a patriarchy, you're still screwed. Let me break this to you. This modern, I don't know if this is still a patriarchy, but it's screwing men over. The matriarchy is designed to screw men over. A patriarchy is designed to screw men over, but not quite as hard as a matriarchy. It at least allows men to have lube, and gives a common courtesy of a reach around. If it's a patriarchy. Matriarchy. Whew. It's bad. That's one of the reasons why we're still in the tribal mindset. Why certain places in the continent of Africa are still in a tribal mindset. And are still warring with each other with spears and arrows. Now, some of them are advanced to firearm technology, but thousands upon thousands of years. Which confuses me, you know? Which confuses me. Now, you're gonna tell me to go for this country girl. There's a song called Strawberry Wine, which basically proves my point. The best part of a female has left with the one who took the cookies, the one who drank the strawberry wine, if you catch my drift. The one who shared the strawberry wine. Basically, the song basically says, she basically still thinks about the person who took them cookies. Who dip their hand in the cookie jar first. In the cookie jar. So, why you tell me to go date with go mess around with somebody's used goods, somebody's open cookie jar with the cookies have gone stale? They didn't even close the daggone jar back. They just let the cookies go stale. So go ahead and tell me to go date a country girl. What's next? Well, come on, give me something else. You should date a oh boy, a single mother. A single mother. I should date a single mother. You're crazy. Because a single mother's responsible. Knows how to cook. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh my goodness, this is rich. This is about as rich as they come. Let me tell you my experiences with single mothers. Messing around with single mothers. Now, true, some of them do know how to cook. Now, true, some of them are responsible, but the vast majority of them are welfare queens, and their children are welfare princesses and child support paupers, child support vagabonds. Hold on, let me say this upright so that I don't get okay. Welfare queens and child support vagabonds. Right. Okay. I mean, come on. You're gonna tell me that I should date somebody who's probably smoking a freaking bowl, who's probably smoking more weed than Cheech and Chong, who's either on drugs or has who has a severe drinking problem, who their alcohol, Hennessy, and E&J. Piss on that. Let me break this to you. Not all single mothers are the same. But some people need to understand that it's kind of stupid to sit here and try to define MGTOW, put your own definition of MGTOW onto MGTOW. It's a philosophy. It's a way of life. It is not a movement. But let's get back to the single mother topic. Date a single mother. Date somebody who didn't pick, who picked trash in the first place. I mean, come on. One does not just sit there and wake up one morning. Well, then again, there are some people that do that, but wake up one morning and say, I'm going to date the most trash person I can get my hands on. Do you know how, I mean, yes, that is the most irrational thought process. And there's a reason why there's a lot of men going MGTOW. Now, we're not recruiting anybody. We're just putting the word out there. That's all we're doing. In case you people want to say, oh, you're recruiting people for the MGTOW. No. We're not recruiting nobody. Just warning you. We're just warning you. We're just putting it out there. You don't like it? Oh well. I don't care. You don't like what I'm saying? There are billions of other YouTube channels. You can go ahead and watch them. This is MGTOW on the Win with a little PSA. Signing off.